Testing 1 2 3 1 2
Hello,
3.
hello, hello, hello.
yourself a bit?
Well, in that first quarter that unfortunately people didn't get to see, we saw the stars that we expected to play well like we expected. Guys like Moncrief, guys like Kobe Elvis. We saw them make some flashy plays, and we're expecting to see the same thing in the second quarter.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 23-22. This game is as advertised so far, and yeah, can't wait to get the second quarter going. Once again, sorry for the technical difficulties, but we're here now, and we've got a great game on hand. See here, Mays now, who leads the OSBA in assists for a second year in a row. Shamar, high floater off glass, can't get it to go. Here comes Elvis. Kobe Elvis, the reigning MVP of the OSBA. Done. Wide left that time, and here comes DeVario with the rebound. Prentice. Might have got away with the walk there, but a turnover.
And you can tell already in those first couple of possessions, they want to move the ball quickly. They want to get into that transition offense on both sides of the court. You can tell in the first quarter that we saw that they were moving the ball quickly and they were trying to get quick open looks on the inside. And we saw Tyson Dunn. He missed a little bit left there, but expect to see this ball move quickly on both sides.
Here's Tyson Dunn now, guarded by Mays. Tyson Dunn, the former Vaughan player. Elvis. Nice pass. Baseline. Intercepted by Moncrief, and back comes Orangeville. Mays, strong drive. Doesn't draw the foul that time. A lot of contact, pleading for a call there.
And again, just that transition offense, you could see that Orangeville, they just went straight to the basket. They know that they have some height, they have some speed, and they know that they can take those difficult shots inside. And unfortunately for both teams so far, they just haven't been able to get a basket in the second quarter.
Done now to inbound here for Crothers. Of course, Crothers 9-1 on the year. Only loss coming a few weeks ago. This is a kick ball there by DeVario.
And both teams have been incredibly efficient, and they've been winning a lot of their games so far. We know that Orangeville, they went on a little bit of a tournament outside to the States this past month, so they're only 6-0. But still, they haven't lost yet. But while they've been gone, we know that Crothers, they've been playing extremely well.
Elvis now over to Alir Leak. Elvis back to Leak. Nice off-ball screen, and he drains it from the outside. Just like that, Crothers goes back on top.
That was the first basket we got in the second quarter.
25-26. I beg your pardon. It's 26-25. Crothers did not go on top. And Downey off the mark there. Lorenzo Downey, of course, former TRC player, won the championship last year. There's Elijah Mahi. Might not look like going in because the net's a little bit ripped here, but Elijah Mahi for the three, and that's a shot right there from the corner.
An incredible vision to find him in the corner there.
It's back and forth so far. There's Moncrief. Nice kick out that time. DeVario nearly intercepted. Great ball movement. Even better defense here by Crothers. DeVario's got to let it off. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Tough drive and another turnover there. Bill Crothers' suffocating defense is really on display here.
Yeah, Crothers, even though there was exceptional ball movement by Orangeville, Crothers was just on the ball. And when you do a trap, what's even more important if you don't get that double team and get a steal is to make sure when that ball moves, you know your assignment and you know where to go. And that's exactly what they did there, and they forced another turnover.
Done. Averaging 6.5 points on the year. Here's Kobe Elvis making another case for a back-to-back MVP year. Elvis nearly stolen that time. He's got the switch on Felowich. Dunn has a clean look there, decides not to shoot. Kicks it out to Elvis. Kobe Elvis from outside. It's a little bit surprising this year. Last year, Kobe Elvis shooting 35% from three-point land. This year, down a significant amount, just under 20%, but looking to improve that number.
And the thing is, he hasn't taken a lot of shots from three, but that was a great play by Elvis, kicking it and driving to the paint, but then finding the open man gave him some space to find the corner and take a wide open three.
Crothers now up by 8 here. Mays trying to draw the foul, still gets it to go anyways, just inside the three. Sorry, they're calling that a three-point shot. Wow.
Sometimes you look for the contact for the easy fouls, and it'll work out even better as we get a steal.
Mays doing it on both ends. Moncrief, strong drive, no call. Mays finds DeVario. That's a healthy look. Darius DeVario in and out that time. Osagi with the rebound, and Kobe Elvis is going to slow things down.
And for Orangeville right now, they're finding good looks. They're moving the ball well. I like how Moncrief's driving in and kicking it out. They just haven't been making their shots.
Felowich with the rebound. Here comes DeVario. Moncrief. Good defensive play that time by Tyson Dunn. That's really what Tyson Dunn is known for. You know, his offensive stats might not jump out of you, but it's what he does all around the floor, especially on defensive end.
He's definitely one of those guys that when you look at the stat sheet, you might think that he doesn't have a significant impact on the game, but the way he plays defense, the way that he pressures the guy in front of him, and he slows that transition down. You saw Moncrief coming down fast break. That's a guy you don't want to see when he's going full speed, but for Tyson Dunn, it doesn't matter to him. He's going to lock down. He's going to stop whoever's in front of him.
And a little bit surprising here in the first half. We haven't seen really Matthew Alexander Moncrief get going here. Of course, their leading scorer at 18.5 points per game. And, you know, he's no scrub, you know. Matthew Alexander Moncrief getting recruited by very notable schools. Just to name a few here, Seton Hall, Georgetown, Washington State, Arizona State, and Florida.
A ton of great NBA players played at those colleges. So, you know, the fact that they're interested in him means something. And for this game so far, we were kind of talking about this game before it started and how with Orangeville going to the States, having those two tournaments, they've been away from the OSBA for a little bit, so maybe they kind of forgot about this a little bit, maybe kind of came a little bit more lax knowing they have a big break after this game, but for Crothers, they know how important this game is. Teams are breathing down their necks in their division, and they need this win.
Exactly. It's a huge game because these teams both at the top of their divisions, and they only see each other once this year. So this is potential finals preview because the only time that they would face each other is in the OSBA playoffs coming in March to Ryerson University.
And for Orangeville, I think a lot of teams expect them to be there in the finals. For Crothers, maybe some people are a little bit skeptical.
Right.
So far, they're proving that they are one of the best teams in the OSBA.
Without a doubt.
If they can hold on to this game, if they can continue to play this way, one thing else we were talking about, a key for them tonight was consistency and efficiency, and so far that's what we've seen.
And not only that, Joe, but you talked about how everyone expects Orangeville to be there at the end, but we expected that last year, and they got knocked off in the semifinals. So anything can happen in the OSBA. Definitely the best league in the country. Moncrief over to Mays. He can hit that. Off the back of the iron, here's Kobe Elvis. Turned over that time. Mays, nice drive, stripped by Tyson Dunn, and there he is again on the defensive end, making a great play down low.
I feel like I keep kind of saying the same thing over and over again, but Orangeville's finding good looks. They just haven't been able to hit them, and Tyson Dunn, another time that they had an opportunity at a transition basket, and he shut it down.
Shamar to inbound, got to let it go. Nearly stolen by Dunn, forces a turnover. Elvis, oh, what a hop step. He's going to travel that time. I thought it was a foul, but
it looked like a foul as well, but maybe had an extra step in there, and it's going to go Orangeville's way.
31-26, 6:25 remaining in the first half here of the OSBA Game of the Week battle between the two first-place teams in the OSBA currently. Frank off the mark that time from the corner, had all the space in the world. Tyson Dunn, and coming into this game, this is really a battle of the two best backcourts in the OSBA. Without a doubt here, you got Kobe Elvis, Tyson Dunn. Then you got DeVario and Shamar Mays on the other end. Dunn, baseline, nice find inside to Lando. It's going to draw the foul. Dyson Frank's going to pick up his first.
And if you're Orangeville right now, you have to kind of calm yourself down. Don't take how this second quarter has been playing for you too much, because they've had good looks, and eventually this is a great team that we're talking about. And even though these shots aren't hitting right now, you're expecting that they eventually will. So for Orangeville, they have to make sure they stay composed here as Crothers continues to extend their lead.
Landell now to the line for the first time. Mays will bring it up for the Bears. Colts back in that zone. Moncrief, screen from Frank. Moncrief gonna take it himself. Gets it to go. What a strong drive by M.A. Stolen by Felowich. Mays pulls back smartly. Finds DeVario. Back up to Moncrief. Nearly loses the ball. Mays with a little bit of space here. Frank wants it in the post. Decides not to put it in. Dyson Frank. M.A.'s got to let it go. Can't hit, but Frank can't follow it up either. Kobe Elvis going to take it up for the Colts now. Pulls back here. He's got a stout defender, Shamar Rathan Mays, on him. Elvis to Lear League. Nice look. In and out. Back comes M.A. Mays. Nice deflection that time by Dunn. Nearly stolen. Orangeville gets it back. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Shamar's got to let it go. Frank with a nice look. Dyson Frank drills it from the top.
That was a shot that Orangeville needed desperately.
That was a bailout shot. That was. The Colts did everything perfect that time, except on the last second. Landell to Elvis. Kobe one-on-one with DeVario. Over to Dunn. Here's Leak one-on-one with. Oh, what a spin! Stolen that time by Frank. Dunn gets it back. Shot clock winding down, and it's going to stay with the Colts. 3 seconds on the shot clock here. Interesting to see what Coach Salia draws up here.
It did look like it went off Dunn at first, but I guess we saw it. I guess I saw it differently. And for Crothers, they need to maybe get this offense going a bit because they had that 8-point lead, and since then they've started to slow down offensively. They really worked well in the transition, but it seems like Orangeville's kind of starting to slow that down, make them play half-court offense, and this is where they're beginning to struggle.
Elvis. Kobe gonna let one fly. Can't get it to go as the shot clock's winding down. Orangeville's gone on a nice run here, cutting the lead to 2, looking to tie the game or take the lead. DeVario. Mays. Nice find to DeVario, a wide open look. Bang, and just like that, the Bears take the lead once again.
Absolutely incredible ball movement there. 3 guys touching the ball. You start in the corner and another steal.
DeVario. Nearly got away with the travel. Felowich, spin, put him in a blender. Can't get it to go. Elvis. Nice one-on-one defense by Felowich. Leak trying to power in. They're going to call that a charge all day. And Aleer Leak doesn't like that one.
And the last thing that Crothers wants is for Orangeville to start getting hot and those shots starting to get made. We saw that steal, and again, their transition defense has been really well, but now they're starting to struggle in that half-court offense.
Well, we were talking about it before the game when we were prepping. Joe, I said how Orangeville likes to play. Great defense into easy transition buckets. That's their game. And so far, you got to give credit where credit's due. Bill Crothers done a good job of, slowing them down a little bit here tonight. Because Orangeville, by the end of the first quarter, they're usually blowing out teams. Mays to Felowich. He has a mismatch with Ma. He decides not to take it. Downey going to take the 3. Lorenzo Downey straight down the hatch.
Like I said, they stayed composed, and now a 4-point lead. Crothers needs to make a basket, as it looks like they're trying to trap him before they get to the full court.
Another great defensive play. Elvis. Can he gain momentum back here? Shot clock down to 10. There's a mismatch. Downey back on him. Elvis. Step back 3. Kobe Elvis can't get it to go. And it's going to go back to the Bears of Orangeville.
For Bill Crothers, in their half-court offense, they're struggling to really get anyone open. They're taking shots that I think, as good as Kobe Elvis is, you want him to get a good look, and right now he's taking some contested shots, and it's not really working for them.
DeVario now going to take it up here for Orangeville. Moncrief. Screen coming from Mays. Downey. Oh, Lorenzo Downey. That was a lot of space. The Colts got bailed out there that time with a missed shot. Don looking for a screen from Landell. Done. Can't get it to go off glass. And Crothers' offense has come to a standstill.
Seems like they're forcing a lot of shots.
Moncrief. Oh. Finds Mays. He's calling for it back. Decides not to take it. Back to Mays. A little tic-tac-toe action going on here. DeVario's got to let it go. Nearly stolen. Felowich. Mays. Shamar Rath Mays. That's what he does.
And that's just heartbreaking for Crothers. You play perfect defense, and with 1 second left on the clock, you let that shot go in. They need to figure something out, and things just keep getting worse for Crothers.
And DeVario lays it up softly. Crothers needs a timeout, and that's exactly what Coach Salia is going to do. We're going to take this opportunity to take our first timeout of the game. 42-33. Orangeville leads Crothers. Welcome back to the OSBA Game of the Week. 90 seconds remaining in the first half. Orangeville has gone on quite the run here. They lead by 9 now after Crothers was once up by 8 themselves. Mahi looking to... Oh, he gets the shooter's roll that time.
If there was any time that you want the shooter's roll, it was right there. They were in a desperate hole, and finally they get something going. Maybe they can build off of it.
Moncrief now looking for a screen from Downey. Nice job by Dunn to fight over it. Tyson Dunn, what defense. Moncrief can't make him pay that time. Over the back call on Lorenzo Downey.
And I honestly think the most impressive player so far in this half is Tyson Dunn. His defense, again, like we said, it doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but he is just playing through screens. He's playing well when they cause a turnover. He's getting back on defense. He's making sure that nothing comes easy for Orangeville, and that's something you can't let this team have, anything easy.
So you hear Kobe Elvis on the bench. Don't expect him to sit long here. Well, I mean, he's probably going to sit the rest of the quarter, but he's played basically 19 minutes through this game, and this will probably be his only rest of the game if this is going the way it is.
Well,
continues to go the way it is.
43 seconds, not too bad, not too bad.
And then a 10-minute half break. Mays now. Orangeville looking to build on their lead here before the end of the half. Can go for a 2-for-1 if they hurry up. Mays going to let it fly. Shamar can't hit. Felowich fighting down low. His big body gets the rebound and puts it in off glass.
One thing Orangeville has a lot that Crothers doesn't is height. And you can tell in that offensive rebound there was just no one who could beat Filowitz there.
Shot clock and game clock separated by 2 seconds here. I gotta work on my speech. Done. Range foul on the floor that time. Smart foul by Orangeville here. Force them into an inbounds play here with the last 4 seconds. See Jalik Dunkley Distant come into the game for the first time here tonight. Doesn't get a lot of minutes, but as the years go on, you'll see him improve. The sky's the limit for this kid. Mahi's got to let it fly. Mahi, tough shot. Almost got it to go, surprisingly enough. That'll do it for the first half, 44-36. You're watching the OSBA Game of the Week. Orangeville leads. We'll be back after the half. Welcome back to the OSBA Game of the Week. Alongside Joe D'Agostino, Anthony Gaio on hand. 44-36, Orangeville leads, but it was not that was not the case in the first quarter and some change there. Orangeville just went on a pretty significant run there in the second quarter.
I think one saying a lot of people say it's a tale of two halves or a tale of two quarters. That was just a tale of two pieces of the second quarter. That first half of the second quarter, Crothers was just dominating. They seemed like they were moving in transition, making great plays, playing well on defense, and then it just completely flipped, and now Orangeville has control.
Kobe Elvis, you see Orangeville coming out here with a zone defense being inserted, and right away they come away with the turnover here, picking up where they left off at the end of the first half. Frank finds M.A. Matthew Alexander Moncrief, potentially the best player in the OSBA right here. League off the front of the iron that time. Lando couldn't handle it, and it will stay with the Colts.
That was a great find by Tyson Dunn, but they couldn't make the basket. Fortunately for Crothers, they get the ball back, and they have another opportunity to cut into this lead.
Elvis, that's a wide open look for Leak, and Alir Leak makes no mistake about it. Hits the three and cuts it back down to a 5-point game.
They didn't get the first time, but they definitely got it the second.
Moncrief, screen from Frank. Felovic. Coleman Stuka. Haven't heard much from him tonight. Mays. That was a great look. Way to respond on the other end with a three-pointer of his own. Dunn, no look to Grange. Tough pass, stepped out of bounds. And another turnover.
Just a little too much on that pass. And right now, for Crothers, they need to minimize these turnovers, these mistakes, as much as possible, because if this league continues to grow, they're going to be in a situation where it's going to be really, really difficult to come back from.
First three possessions, 2 turnovers. Dyson Frank up top now. Crothers still with the zone defense being implemented. Mays lobs it way up to Moncrief. Somehow gets a shot off and he makes it. What the acrobatics and strength by Moncrief that time. Couldn't find the words to describe that one.
I think that's the most ridiculous thing you could see in a game. Just that pass is just ridiculous, and somehow he's able to come in and make a play, and they almost get a steal there.
Leak, oh, they needed that one big time. Moncrief knows that was on him. He overplayed it. Mays back up top. Here's Coleman Stuke. Mays with the alley-oop to Moncrief. That was too easy. Where's the interior defense down there?
I think right now Moncrief is showing why he's considered one of the best players.
He's heating up. Leak, strong drive, can't draw the foul. Good job by Felovic to go straight up and playing without fouling. Mays, back to Moncrief. Done now, one-on-one with Mays. Finds Frank. Moncrief has some space. Frank gonna let it fly from deep. Dyson Frank rattles it in. Just like that, a 12-point lead here, 7:09 remaining in the third quarter here. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to the OSBA Game of the Week. Orangeville is taking control here, 54-42, almost 3 minutes into the second half.
And one thing that's so dangerous about Orangeville is there's so many players on their team that can just catch you and just get hot whenever possible. We talk about Moncrief being one of the best players in OBSA, but there's so many players. Shamar Mays, Darius DeAvero, these guys are players that you can't sleep on. A guy like Coleman Stuckey or Dyson Frank who made that three.
There's still lots of time in this game, however, and Crothers knows how to come back. Got a lot of talent on this team. Here's Tyson Dunn with a scoop shot. Gets it to go off glass. Shamar Rathan Mays bringing it up now here for Orangeville. Stuckey with the Euro 7. They're going to call a travel. Tony McIntyre doesn't agree with that one.
And for the Colts, right now, they need to take this game one possession at a time. It's a 10-point deficit, 12 before that basket by Tyson Dunn. They need to just take this one play at a time, one possession at a time, make sure you don't force anything, take the best shot possible, move the ball, make Orangeville work on the defensive side so they can't just go straight on the transition offense.
Nice find inside to Osagi, and he gets the foul and the basket. Chance at a three-point play coming here.
That was a great play by Crothers using the pick and roll there. They haven't really gone inside and attacked as much as I expected, but that time it worked for them, and they have an opportunity to make a three-point play.
Endurance Osagi, 6'8" forward, class of 2021. It's really come on big here for the Colts.
And one of the few guys on the Colts that's got some size, and in this game where you know you have a disadvantage at that, you want to use that 2-year opportunity to make sure, at least give him some chances, make them work in the interior.
Kick ball that time by Tyson Dunn. 6:25 remaining. Looked like the clock kept running there that time. Here's Shamar Rathan Mays. Moncrief gets held up that time. Mays now up top. Frank. That's a nice shot for Stuckey. Felowich using his size once again. Mouse in the house that time. Felowich too easy.
And the Colts did everything right on the defensive side there. They continued to push and move the ball, but they just couldn't get the rebound, and that's what did them there.
Nice play inside. Mahi draws the foul that time. Felowich going to pick up the personal. Mahi off on the first. Coming to this game, Elijah Mahi averaging 12 points per game. That's second best on the Colts. The Durham native and class of 2022, but already has UMass scouting him out. Just one of many teams that'll be looking to recruit him in the coming years, that's for sure. And Tyson Dunn with a quick steal. Nice outlet pass to Kobe. Gets it to go.
This has been a game of runs so far. Now Crothers has all the momentum. We'll see if Orangeville can do something on this possession to try to reverse it and continue to build on their lead that's slowly dwindling away right now.
Mays, one-on-one with Elvis. Moncrief, strong drive. He's going to be out of bounds, and he's pleading for a foul that time. I think he might have a case.
So far, the refs haven't called a ton of fouls in this game. They called a couple on the other side, but so far they've been a little bit lenient. Not as lenient on those travels, though.
So you're going to see Alex Nuwaga into the game for the first time tonight for the Bears. Nice block that time by Mahi. Elvis. Floater. Oh, in and out that time. Here comes Mays. Rathan Mays, strong drive. Stuckey from the corner. That's money.
We haven't heard much from him tonight, but that is something that he can do in a second. It's not something that he can hide for very long. Eventually, he's going to make those shots.
Elvis finds a Lear Leak. He has that range. Leak. Charging call. Shamar Rathan Mays sacrificing his body for the turnover. Jaden Grange going to head back into the game now for the Colts, along with Connor Landell. Going to give him more size here with Osagi on the floor.
And with Crothers, they kind of started to slowly cut that lead to 7. They make the 3. Orangeville makes the 3. They need to make sure that that lead that they started to cut into doesn't just disappear again. They need to get a stop here.
Stuke. Coleman Stuke, that's got to be a charge. A little out of sorts that time for Coleman, unlike him. You're going to see him come out of the game immediately now. Lorenzo Downey's going to check in. Downey on the year averaging 9.5 points per game. Ref having a discussion with the scorers table here over the clock. This play gets set to resume here. Jaden Grange going to take it up for the Colts. Here's Dunn. Orangeville meeting him at half. Tyson Dunn calling for a screen. Elvis. 1-0 with MA. He's got to let it fly. Step back shot. Great closeout defense that time by Matthew Alexander Moncrief. Back comes DeVario. Mays. Wide open shot for Darius. Off the front of the iron that time, and back comes the Colts. Elvis streaking. Elvis with a wide open 3, decides not to take it. Baseline. Oh, what an acrobatic play with the left.
That was an incredible play by Elvis, and hit 2 straight possessions. He took a really difficult step back, but that's what we want to see from Kobe Elvis. Drive to the basket, make some flashy plays, and get to cut this lead a little bit as Crothers continues to trail by 8.
Foul on the floor that time. Connor Landell picked it up. Prentice to inbound now. Downey. DeVario up top now. Nawaga down low, finds Prentice. Great ball movement here by the Bears. Almost paid off that time. Back comes the Colts. Here's Dunn. Dunn. Nice find inside. Nice easy layup that time for Osagi. The lead's back down to 6 here. 3:13 remaining in the third quarter. DeVario. Stolen. What a play by Elvis. Kobe Elvis. Nice shot that time in transition. Gets the steal and an easy layup. And Orangeville going to take a timeout here, and the Colts have gained all momentum back. We're going to see if they keep it up right after this break. Back here at Bill Crothers Secondary School in Unionville. Crothers is making a run here, back to a 4-point game, playing full court press. Prentice, strong drive. Oh, what a pass inside to Nawaga. Even better block that time by Osagi. DeVario guarded by Mahi. MA up top. Down low to Nawaga. Nice interior defense that time. Great help. Dunn. Gonna reset the offense here. Coach Salia gonna call out a play. Elvis. One-on-one with Justice Prentice. Elvis putting the moves on. Strong drive. Somehow gets it to go. Nice soft touch by the reigning MVP.
And this run continues for Crothers. It's cut to 2.
Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. If this was going by rounds, Crothers won this one. Nice block that time by Dunn. He's been all over the defensive end.
And what was so impressive about that play is they began to trap, they began to start a double, but even though when they got that, when the double didn't work, they still close out to that open defender, and that's something that you realize that means that these players have high IQ. They're aware of what's going on the court.
Crothers got lucky that time. Downey usually nails that one. Elvis calling for it, but Justice Prentice, just like a DB, intercepts it. Moncrief can't get it to go. Gets his own board. Gonna go back to Bill Crothers.
And we saw this in the second quarter. Orangeville kind of went in that slump. They couldn't buy a basket. And for the past 5 minutes, that's exactly what's happening here. We know they can turn it on, but if Crothers continues to push the pace and play well in that transition defense, they're going to make Orangeville earn every basket they get.
And MA visibly frustrated after that call. Kickball violation now. It's going to stay with the Colts.
It almost felt like earlier on in that third quarter he was starting to take over, and then they kind of went away from him a little bit, and now he's kind of had to gain that footing again.
This is definitely the biggest test for Bill Crothers so far this year. Coming into the game 9-1, and at top of the Eastern Conference. Of course, with Central Tech at 9-1, they play Father Henry Carr tomorrow. There's Mahi with the acrobatic leg, ties the game, and he's ecstatic. Yeah, like I was saying, big game here for Bill Crothers, trying to stay up top the East. DeVario, 59 all here, coming up on a minute remaining in the third quarter. Moncrief. DeVario gonna let it fly. Darius DeVario silenced the crowd. 62-59. Grange finds Mahi. Mahi gonna let it fly despite the hand in the face. Not a great shot that time for Elijah. Nearly stolen by Dunn again. Downey. Baseline to Moncrief. Another tough drive that time. Matthew Alexander Moncrief looking at the ref in disbelief right now.
They're playing physical inside. They're definitely making sure that when someone gets in, there's going to be some contact. The refs just don't feel that it's enough to warrant a foul.
Refs are definitely keeping their whistles in their pockets tonight. DeVario, baseline, nice find to Prentice. Oh, what a closeout up and down. Tyson Dunn.
And that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. When you do those double teams, there's going to be a guy wide open, which means you need to close out. And every single time that's happened, Tyson Dunn is right there making things difficult, and now they're forcing a turnover.
Tyson Dunn making a case for Defensive Player of the Year this year. Of course, last year going to the big man Jaden Bediako out of Ridley College. He's at Santa Clara University right now.
And that play we just saw, that doesn't show up on the stat sheet at all.
No. Oh, what a find. Oh. Great play by Lorenzo Downey to scope out the passing lane that time.
You can see a couple of times for the Colts that they're getting a little antsy with those passes across the court, and a couple of times they've been picked off there. Luckily for them, it's going to stay in their possession, but they only got 5 seconds.
Inside to Grange, can't get it to go. Tough fall that time. Downey finds DeVario. 5 seconds remaining. Nawaga. Nice job to get under the rim. That's going to bring an end to the third quarter. It's going to read 64-59 for the Colts here. And sorry, for Orangeville. But the Colts had a great comeback that time. We'll see if they can continue that in the fourth quarter. 64-59. We'll be back.
talked about him much. We talk about how he's an elite scorer, but he is a guy that can affect this game in a multitude of ways. He makes great passes that can facilitate and make easier shots for his teammates, and as we just saw, he can break down an individual on the offensive side and get a steal and create possible points on the other side.
Yeah, you're right. Kobe Elvis not just a one-trick pony on the offensive end. He averages 3.5 steals on the year. That's fourth best in the OSBA. You see Elvis inbound here. Alir Leak gonna let it fly from the corner. Alir Leak, nice shot that time. 64-62. Moncrief. Moncrief, strong drive inside, forcing that one. Can't get it to go in Nuwaga. They're going to call a foul that time on Kobe. Coleman Stuke coming back into the game now. Nuwaga's going to take a seat. Mays, DeVario. Smart play to get outside the paint. Shot clock winding down. Shamar. What a steal by Tyson Dunn. It's going to be out of bounds on the Colts, but he just grabbed that right out of Shamar's hands.
Just one of the multiple impressive plays on the defensive side by Tyson Dunn tonight, and it's just going to continue in this fourth quarter. At least that's what we're assuming.
If the Colts come away with this game, Tyson Dunn has got to be the X factor here.
They didn't have possession, so it was a short shot clock.
Moncrief right now just forcing it, but he gets the offensive rebound. Finally draws a foul that time. He's going to head to the line for two.
Great play by Moncrief to stay with the ball there. Even though he missed it, he got his rebound. I think he got a steal there and then was able to get the foul and force some shots.
Moncrief on the year in the OSBA, not including the American tournaments, shooting 59% from the line. Not his best stat, but it's definitely something to work on throughout the year.
That's what I was going to say. It's something that he can definitely improve on, and as he continues to grow as a player, we're seeing that he's starting to maybe take some more three-point shots in his game. That's not something that was really there last year. Taking a couple more this year, and like you said, the free throw game, it's not his best, but we know that he's going to continue to work on it.
Goes 0 for 2 from the line that time. Elvis. Oh, spin move. Kobe Elvis. Can't get it to go that time. Going to call foul on Lorenzo Downey that time under the rim. Thought it might have went the other way over the back, but regardless, the Colts will keep possession here with a full 24. Should be a full 20. Beg your pardon here, 14 on the clock. Nice find inside and done with a sneaky move. Ties the game up here once again. Back and forth it continues here in the fourth quarter. Mays guarded by Elvis. Shamar looking to go to work here. Mays with the floater. Can't get it to go, but he's going to head to the line for two. And Elvis picks up his second foul of the quarter. Mays on the year, very efficient free throw shooter, 83%. Almost jinxed it that time.
Almost.
Mays going 1 for 2 that time. Tyson Dunn now, and the Colts a chance to take the lead here. Leak finds Grange. Grange behind the back. What a move! Can't get it to go, but wow.
That was a fantastic
move. Way to get to the rim that time for Jaden Grange. Class of 2021 still has another year in high school after this. You see Kyler Fellowich check in now for Orangeville. Gives them a little bit more help in the interior. See the Colts getting more to the rim here in the fourth quarter so far.
think we've seen a lot more fouls in this fourth quarter. It seems like the refs are starting to kind of call a little bit more, especially in favor of the offense in this fourth quarter, not really letting much slide. 3
apiece already. Both teams in danger of going over the limit soon. And we're only a minute and some change into this fourth quarter.
And right now the issue with both these teams, they've had a ton of free throw attempts, but they're not really making them right now. And that could cost one of the teams at the end of this game.
0 for 2 that time from Grange. Can't tie the game. Golden opportunity there. Mays. Moncrief looking to go to work on Leak. Moncrief, maybe the toughest cover in the OSBA because of his size and his strength. Mays using might have got away with the push-off there, and Moncrief! Once again looking at the ref saying, where's my and one? Osagi with a nice look and the foul! Chance to tie the game here for Endurance Osagi.
We've seen both of these teams go for those doubles, go for those traps, and that time it bit Orangeville because they ended up leaving a guy wide open, and that commit to try to get back to him was the reason why it was an easy and one. Give credit where credit is due to the Colts as well. They were down by a significant amount, and they just kept pushing through, especially in that third quarter where it kind of felt like they got close and then it went right back to Orangeville's favor. They kept pushing, and an opportunity here to tie the game.
Without a doubt, this game was in danger of getting away from the Colts, and they buckled down here, and Coach Salia brought up some great plays here, and once again, I sound like a broken record, but the defensive effort by not only Tyson Dunn, but by this whole Colts team has been very impressive tonight against the #1 scoring team in the OSBA, the Orangeville Prep Bears. Moncrief, 67 all. Stuke. May's got to let it fly. One dribble in. Off the back of the iron. Kobe Elvis comes away with it, and the Colts looking to take the lead here for the first time in quite some time. Elvis looking to put the moves on Filowich. Dunn back outside. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Dunn pulls in. Not a great shot that time, but Elvis comes away with the rebound. Up and under, blocked by Moncrief. Here comes Mays. Mays, Euro step. Can't draw the foul, but it's going to stay with the Bears.
And again, just incredible transition defense by the Colts. That was a situation where after that block, they had numbers for a second, but the Colts, they didn't give up on the play. They ran down, and they made sure that at least Orangeville has to play some half-court offense.
Oh, Moncrief going up high for that one and getting the easy layup to go.
Or you just do that and throw it up to Moncrief inside the paint.
Dunn now once again going to take it up for the Colts here. 6:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. DeVario with the guarding assignment here. Leak, oh, nice find inside. Landell can't get it to go under the rim. And it's going to go back to Orangeville. I beg your pardon, Osagi couldn't get it to go. DeVario, former TRC Academy champion last year, made the move to Orangeville this season. He's had a great year so far. Moncrief, DeVario, Felowich, nice extra find to Stuke. Can't get it going. There's Moncrief again on the offensive glass, and it's going to stay with the Bears.
Those offensive rebounds are right now probably the biggest issue for Crothers. They just can't, even when they play great defense, that wasn't a perfect shot, but they still allowed a miss, but you need to find that rebound, especially down by 2. You don't want Orangeville to start extending this lead.
Felowich draws the foul that time. Back to the line he goes, looking to improve on this lead here. 69-67. Felowich on the year. Doesn't get to the line a whole lot, but doesn't shoot it too well either. Only at 31% so far through 4 games. Felowich, no good on both. Elvis, the Brampton native. Kobe looking to go to work, step back, 1-footer. Oh, that was nasty.
Unbelievable play. And that was an individual effort, but there was no one else except for him, just an ISO situation. And what a difficult shot, but he makes it, and he looks like one of the most talented players in the OSBA.
Well, he doesn't just look like it. He is one of the most talented players in the OSBA. In fact, the reigning MVP of the OSBA, looking to make it back-to-back this year. But I know what he really wants is a championship, as here's Mays. Shamar Rathan Mays with the silencer.
He was quiet almost this whole game, but this was a good situation to make a big shot, giving Orangeville the lead.
Coming up on halfway through this fourth quarter now. Orangeville leads by 3 once again. Elvis, this is his time. Kobe Elvis finds Leak outside. Aleer, strong drive, up and under, gets it to go. Aleer Leak with the acrobatic layup, bringing it back to 1 game. You see the pace starting to pick up here.
Both of these teams love picking up the pace and moving the transition, getting a quick shot, trying to get those numbers.
Moncrief finds Stucase blocked, but they're going to call a foul on Osagi.
Both teams, like we said before, have been struggling from the free throw line, and in the fourth quarter, this is the opportunity for both of these teams. When you get those attempts at the line, these are supposed to be easy baskets. They need to capitalize, because like I said before, these free throws could be the difference at the end of the game. When you look at the stat sheet, when you look at the box score, you're going to be kicking yourself if you miss a significant amount of them.
Now listen, I love this lineup here for the Colts. You got Tyson Dunn, Elvis, and Elijah Mahi all on the floor at the same time. Your 3 best scorers, and arguably your best defender as well. 2 missed free throws again here for Orangeville. That's 4 in a row now from Stuke and Felowich.
And you mentioned those 3 players. Don't sleep on Aleer Leak as well, because he's been playing great, especially from the three-point line.
One of the best closing lineups in the OSBA. Turned over that time, however. Stuke fouled. And they're over the limit now. Not a smart foul, and Coach Salia with his head down in disappointment. Easy free throws coming now. Stuke, a chance to redeem himself after those last 2 free throw attempts.
Stuke's been a little quiet this game, which is, I think, surprising to both of us. He was pretty impressive when they went down to the States in both tournaments that they played in, and he only played 2 games so far in the OSBA. This is his 3rd. Maybe he's just trying to get in his groove again, and maybe we'll expect a little bit more from him when they come back from that winter break.
And Stuke hits both that time after going 0 for 2 on his previous trip at the line.
Those are going to be massive free throws.
Under 5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Dunn finds Leak. Shot fake, no foul. And Aleer Leak misses a gimme, but that time he gets the foul call. You could have made the argument that Moncrief's foot hit him.
Yeah, it was close, and I think 9 times out of 10 they would have called it. I think they just missed that one. Fortunately for him, he ended up getting one when he drove to the basket.
Aleer Leak, last time I called the Colts, it was down in Brantford at TRC Academy, and Aleer Leak and hit that big game winner. It was something special.
And he's been making some big shots for them so far in this fourth quarter.
Moncrief, the Colts looking to hand Orangeville their first loss of the year. Mays, DeVario. Shamar finds Stuke. Shot clock winding down. Stolen! Tyson Dunn. Nice play, and the Colts take the lead once again. This game going back and forth down to the wire. What could be a preview of the OSBA Finals. Stuke for 3. Puts it in. Coleman Stuke. Despite the hand in the face.
Much needed basket for Orangeville, trying to quiet this crowd down as Tyson Dunn tries to get it back, and it just misses.
Oh, stolen by Elvis. Kobe can't put it in. Trying to go up strong again. Finds Dunn. Wide open shot for Aleer Leak. Leak off the front of the iron. Mahi off the foot of Elijah. No. They're saying Colts ball. Tony McIntyre and the rest of the Orangeville bench is irate.
And you have to think that Kobe Elvis is kicking himself for missing that wide open look underneath the basket, but multiple opportunities to either take the lead or tie it, and they'll have at least one more here.
Listen, Joe, I was pretty sure that was off Elijah Mahi. That could be a pretty controversial call going down to the wire. Dunn finds Leak. Elvis. Kobe Elvis baseline. Aaliyah Leak for three again. Off the iron. Foul, and that's free throws coming up again. Another silly foul here, this time by the Colts. Got to be more aware. You're over the limit.
This is one of those situations where when you trap, when you play tight defense, when you're trying to get those steals, sometimes you get a little too handsy, sometimes you get a little too aggressive. And in this fourth quarter, it's starting to hurt the Colts. They might want to be a little bit more passive, but against Orangeville, it's tough.
If you're going to foul anyone, you're going to foul their worst free throw shooter, Kyler Felowich. And this could be a smart play.
It could be.
And he just gets a second to roll in. Now 1 of 4 at the line here in the second half.
Still a one-possession game, though.
Done inside Tosagi. 3-point game. Done. Aaliyah Leak, a healthy look from the corner. Leak in and out again.
And that's his spot, too.
Aaliyah Leak with a chance to tie the game, couldn't do it. Now Orangeville with a chance to make it a two-possession game. Mays. Deverio to Stuque. Deverio cuts inside. Just kept in. Somehow Mays gets the shot off. Can't get it to go, and back comes the Colts. Leak. Slows it down that time. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter of this OSBA game of the week. It's lived up to the hype so far. Elvis, one-on-one with Deverio, calling for a screen. Gets it. Kobe. That's a tough shot. Go. Elvis in and out. Not a lot of ball movement these past couple possessions here for the Colts. Deverio back to Mays. Felowich. Mays got to let it fly. Shamar. Felowich. And a foul. That's a heartbreaker. Late foul that time. Late whistle. Wow. Right at the end of the shot clock. And here we go again with Kyler Felowich. Not a great free throw shooter.
I think you said it best. That's just a heartbreaking way to end that possession. You do almost everything right except for committing that foul at the end. We'll see if Filowich can make him pay for it.
Now under 90 seconds to go. Every possession matters. Filowich off on the first again. .123 remaining in the fourth quarter, 79-75. Let's take this chance to thank our sponsors of the OSBA. Shout out to Spalding Precision Basketball, Crossover Game Film Breakdown, OABO Refs, Universal Hoops Mixtapes, Ryerson GSX Lab, the creators of the OSBA All Access episodes. As we're winding down here, Joe, 4-point lead here. I mean,
1 to 2, and that's a significant part in this game to make it a 4-point game instead of a 3.
Elvis. Kobe pulling back. Oh. Leak decides not to shoot. Done. Off the iron. Tough rebound, a strong rebound that time by Moncrief. Now you're going to see Orangeville slow it down.
And this might be the most important possession of the game.
Felowich coming for the screen. Mays. Shot clock winding down. Elvis guarding. Mays got to let it fly. Shamar from the corner. He puts it in! Shamar Rathan Mays with a clutch shot. Fading away from three-point land. That's a heartbreaker and a dagger. Nearly stolen, but a foul here, and Elvis going to go for 2 free throws here. But wow, can we go back to that shot for a second? That was insane.
That was a ridiculous shot by Shamar Mays. Like we said it earlier in the fourth quarter, he was a little quiet. Him and Stuckey, they didn't do much, but they've had some huge shots in this fourth quarter, and that might be the dagger. With 38 seconds left, there's not much you can really do other than play maybe some full court trap, maybe get a steal.
Yeah, you got to go for the steal here. These are big free throws here for Kobe Elvis. The clock stops. 38 seconds. Still a chance, but...
Do you try to foul one of their players on this next possession, or you try to play some defense?
You got to trap. You got to go for that. Got to go for that steal first. Nearly stolen it. Oh, they're going to call a foul that time on Jaden Grange, and MA is going to head to the line. And these free throws might do it.
They almost played it perfectly. They almost got exactly what they needed. But just in that situation, that was a foul. It was too aggressive on the play, but that's the right move to make. You got to try to go for the steal, and they almost got it. Now they just need to hope at least he goes 1 for 2 from the line.
Moncrief. Hits both. Clutch free throws that time. And Coach Salia going to take a timeout here. 84-77. What can Crothers do here? You obviously got to go to the three-point line here and foul.
Yeah, you need to take a quick shot. And just going back to those free throws, we mentioned that Moncrief, he's not the greatest free throw shooter, but he's one of the best in the game. And in a clutch moment, 2 shots just perfectly hit. It's one of those situations where you kind of see why he's such a great player. In an important situation, he came through for his team. But like you said, for the Colts, this is going to be difficult, but it's still not over. We've seen crazier things happen. You need to take a shot, a quick shot. Once again, go for the trap, and hopefully you can start slowly not slowly, but quickly cut through this lead with 35 seconds left.
Well, I think you could take a lot from this game if you're Crothers, if you do end up coming on the losing side here. This is the best team in the OSBA. Orangeville is the best high school team in Canada, bar none. That's why they go down to the States all the time and play all these American teams. For Crothers to go toe-to-toe with Orangeville and, at the end of the game have a chance to win, you saw there, Shamar Rathan Mays had to make an impossible shot fading away from the three-point line. And if he didn't make that, this game could be very different.
And they're 9-1, and if the score stays the same, they're going to be 9-2. But it's not like the season's over for them. You said they proved a lot tonight, and if anyone was wondering if Crothers is an elite team, if they can hang with a team like Orangeville, tonight proved it. Tonight proved that they, even if they're down by a lot, they have the will to come back, make great plays, play great defense. But let's see if they can figure something out here.
Trying to get a Lear Leak off the screen. Leak, hand in the face. Can't get it to go. And that's going to... Kobe Elvis with the foul that time. And he makes these free throws here. It's all but done. And got to give credit to Tony McIntyre, making a case for Coach of the Year again. And a well-educated man, too. Went to school here. Not here, but... locally in Toronto at Humber College for 2 years. Then he went all the way to the University of Phoenix for 5 years from 92 to 97. Of course, president and CEO of Nike Bounce Basketball. Director of Operations here at Orangeville. One of the best recruiters in Canada, if not the best.
And really shaping a lot of the great players, the young players in Ontario. Without
a doubt. Elvis going to let it fly here. No good, and I don't expect the Colts to foul. They're just going to let the clock run out. It's going to be a 9-point win here, but it definitely did not feel like a 9-point win here. It was a lot closer than the score says, and see Tyson Dunn agonizing in some pain here on the other end of the floor. Looks like he's all right, and that's going to do it for the OSBA game of the week. What a game we had, 86-77. Joe, thoughts on your first OSBA game?
Oh, it was great. It was great to see these student athletes perform at the level I expected them to be. You know how great these players can be and how the talent level, even from the bottom of the rotation, they can show up and they can show out, and that's exactly what we saw from both of these teams tonight.
For Joe D'Agostino, I'm Anthony Guy. It's another episode of OSBA Game of the Week. We'll see you next time.